Hey everyone, off the Mike Sports Network here. So one thing that's very interesting is the Hollywood Illuminati or whatever this elitist group that is forming between John Cena, The Rock, and also now Travis Scott is in it, I guess, even though he's not a wrestler. But the John Cena heel turn has registered massively on the Richter scale. It's the most shocking moment I can think of in 30 years of in 30 years of professional wrestling. And it's one of the most shocking moments I've ever seen live. I was only a little kid and I wasn't watching in 1996, but I've heard stories and I've watched the thing back and I could see why that was a genuinely shocking moment for Hulk Hogan. Anyway, spinning this thing forward in terms of there's been a lot of questions on the internet who could join because The Rock, if you remember, he put up three fingers. So could this be a larger building faction that takes over WWE and be this Hollywood elitist corporate group that we haven't really seen since the days of Stone Cold Steve Austin, really? And nobody going up against the corporation. We've seen it in different forms, but we haven't seen it at this degree with, this massive of a star, John Cena, going from one extreme to the complete opposite. So the question is, who else could join? Well, I have an idea for a female that could be a part of this group. And it's going to completely change my prediction in terms of what I think should happen at WrestleMania. But I think it could lead to something bigger and it would benefit a lot of people. So I was paying attention at social media and Charlotte Flair just posted a photo of her and The Rock. And I think it's Final Boss engaged or something like that. And it got me thinking. Charlotte Flair joining up with The Rock and John Cena is a damn good idea. It's a damn good idea. So Charlotte, I mean, obviously Charlotte's selling out. That's an easy sell. No, a lot of people don't like her. They don't like that she got thrust into the main event. They believe that she is effectively and realistically a corporate champion to begin with. I think Charlotte's great. But Charlotte being the corporate women's champion, I actually think is good for business. So I honestly won't be surprised if Charlotte does win against Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. And then it becomes this whole, okay, for the women's division, they're now chasing a corporate champion. Like the men will be chasing a corporate champion in John Cena, who I think will beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania in the main event of the entire show, main event of night two. So to me, I've kind of reversed course a little bit here. Because if this is what it means, then you're going to also stamp your approval on Tiffany Stratton. Because then her chasing this and going after Charlotte and getting her win back at a different point might actually make her an even bigger babyface going up against this authority cult group with all these Hollywoodist types. And I don't know if they'll get a male member, maybe a younger guy to potentially, get a little bit of a rub of being around John Cena, The Rock, and Charlotte Flair. But I think if they were going to go down this road and create this group and maybe have it span male and female, and make it like this kind of diverse group, which we really haven't seen in a really long time. Where you just had like the Alliance might have been the last time that Judgment Day. Judgment Day is a good example, but Judgment Day was always kind of there and really stood out only because of Rhea Ripley. And then Damian Priest was able to branch out a little bit. Dom obviously got some shine out, but it wasn't like, like one of these diverse groups that really none of those guys ever became world champion when they, Damian Priest did at the end, but that was really a result of a bigger story. And, he was kind of presented like, kind of a joke until the point that they did that. So, but doing a corporation type deal where you have The Rock, John Cena, and then you go in and bring in maybe the standard bearer of the women's division in the last, decade, Charlotte Flair. I think that is a hell of an idea. And if they were going to do that, if Charlotte Flair were going to win, I would be okay with it. Other than that, I think Tiffany Stratton should win and beat Charlotte Flair because there's really nothing to gain with Tiffany Stratton if she loses to Charlotte Flair just straight up and nothing happens. If Charlotte's going to end up joining up with The Rock and, The Rock just continues this whole hostile takeover with him, John Cena and whatever, and now they hold hostage the women's division and it's just this power grab, I actually think that's genuinely interesting. And I think it would be good for the overall business of WWE because that's a storyline that I can sink my teeth into. And that's what it's all about. It's not all about wins and losses. It's not all about who holds the titles. It's about the stories you tell. And that's why I think Cody losing to Cena at Mania is a better story for John Cena to get his 17th title corporately as opposed to getting it the way that we all thought it would. And then it will lead to a bigger story where either Punk or Cody will win it back again. Somebody's going to get put over big time. And you could probably do the same thing with Tiffany Stratton if you were going to do it that way. So that's my thoughts on that. Just an interesting little thing here, a little WWE take for you here on Off the Top Rope. Anyway, I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.